Hey, it's Dustin with PaddleBoss, and in this video we're going to be talking about the serve. So if you're somebody that has struggled with consistency and location getting your serve in, or you want to use your serve as more of a weapon, then this video is for you. Stay tuned.
If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so and click the bell icon to be notified every time we post a new video.
So when I'm teaching students, oftentimes I'll ask them, tell me about your strengths, tell me about your weaknesses. And when somebody says, my strength is my serve, it always gives me a little bit of pause because traditionally, pickleball is like, when it comes to the serve, is not something that you think is your biggest strength. You might say, hey, I'm really good at volleys, I have fast hands, I'm at the kitchen, I have good dinks, like all that kind of stuff. When somebody says my serve, I'm like, okay, tell me a little bit more about that. The reason for that is, in tennis, the serve definitely is a weapon because you're serving overhand, and if you can break your opponent's serve, that's a good thing. In pickleball, it's very different because of the double bounce rule. First of all, you're serving underhand, but second of all, you have to let it bounce on your opponent's side and then on your side when you're the serving team, which means your opponents are the first ones to get to the kitchen. As a result, the returning team are the ones that typically have an advantage in pickleball. That said, there's two basic rules when it comes to serving. Number one, get it in. Number two, get it deep. We're gonna talk about that a little bit more later, but first, let's talk about the rules. When it comes to the rules of serving, there's three really basic things that you need to understand. First of all, you need to make contact behind the baseline. The rules actually state that only 1 foot needs to be on the ground. Usually people serve with both feet on the ground when they serve. But technically, if you wanted to serve like this, make contact before you get into the court, that's a legal serve. Second, you want to be able to serve cross court. You need to be able to serve cross court, and your serve has to clear the non-volley zone. So in this case, it's going to be the light blue service box. As long as it's cross court, not out of bounds, and past the non-volley zone, in that blue corner over there, then that's a legal serve. The third thing is the serve needs to be underhand. Your contact point needs to be below the waist, and you need to hit in an upward motion, just like that. First, let's talk about the mechanics of a serve, and we need to start with your grip. So your grip alignment and your grip pressure are really important here. In order to do that, let's talk about the different sides of a pickleball paddle. So right here, we have this top side, we consider side 1. This corner right here is side 2. And then this flat side on the face is considered side 3. Look at where your pointer finger knuckle aligns on the paddle. And we want our serve to be either on side 2, your pointer finger knuckle aligned with side 2, or if you want to close your paddle a little bit more, then your pointer finger knuckle is going to be on side 3. That closed paddle, when your pointer finger knuckle is on side 3, is going to help you serve a little bit harder, and it's gonna give you a little bit more topspin when you serve. Next, let's talk about grip pressure. So you don't wanna have a light grip pressure. If you're trying to serve the ball somewhat hard, then you want to grip the paddle somewhat hard. I'm gonna say probably an 8 out of 10. You don't wanna do a 10 out of 10 where you can't even move, you can't have any accuracy in your serve. So let's loosen it up a little bit, like an 8 out of 10. But if you wanna serve the ball with any pace, you can't have it like a 1 out of 10 and kind of do like that. Like, you have to have a little bit of grip on that. So 8 out of 10 is what we recommend when it comes to your serve. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video. Let's be honest, there's a lot of YouTube content out there. You could literally watch thousands of hours of YouTube. And the question is it helping you get better, or are you still stuck? If you're still stuck, we've created a program called the 4.0 Accelerator. All you have to do is just click the link down in the description to book a call with us. This is a program for people that are at the 3.0, 3.5 level. They're stuck there. They really want to do whatever it's going to take to get to the 4.0, 4.5, and 5.0 level. If that's you, you want to see if this is a good fit for you, click below and book a call with us. Now, the rules allow you to stand anywhere on your side of the court behind the baseline. So theoretically, you could stand here when you're serving, on the middle, or you could stand here on the outside. So the question is, which one is better? Most beginner and intermediate players don't really think about this, and it's really haphazard. Wherever they're standing at the time is where they're serving. I want you to think twice about where you stand in the future, and this will help set up the point so that you're starting the point on the right foot. So what we like to do is tell people, kind of serve on the left side of the service box if you prefer your forehand. So when you serve, everything that they return to you is gonna be on the forehand side. It makes it easier on your third shot. Conversely, if you're standing here when you serve, and you serve like this, either everything they return to you is going to be a backhand shot, and if your backhand's weak, you definitely don't wanna do that, or you have to run around and hit probably off balance to get that forehand. So where you stand when you're serving really sets you up and makes sure that you're serving on the right foot, so to speak, no pun intended, when you're serving. We've got a lot more to talk about when it comes to the serve, but if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We got a lot more of these videos coming out at least once a week, and like this video. And let me just ask you, if you struggle with your serve, let me know exactly what it is that makes it difficult for you, and maybe we can make a video about that. Put that down in the comments below. Next, let's talk about the swing. So the first thing that you want to do is just make sure that your set up, your feet are set up to make it comfortable for you to be able to hit in the direction that you want to cross court. So you can either serve closed like this or have your stance open like this. A lot of people will serve like this, and that's fine. I would say if you're just starting out as a server, a closed stance with your front hip pointed in the direction where you want to serve is probably the easiest way to go. That way your swing path will be parallel to your body, and naturally it's going to go cross court where you want it to go. In serving, consistency is really important, so you want the motion to be the same every time. If you're doing a little bit different serve, then you're probably not going to be consistent. So now that we've established the stance, we want to start with our back swing, maybe back here. And then we want to have the ball where we're going to drop it kind of in line with our front knee, so that when we drop the ball, our contact point is right there in our front knee. You don't want your contact point to be way out here, because then you're going to be falling in and you'll probably hit a bunch of balls in the net. If you have your contact point way back here, you're going to be hitting up on the ball and it's going to go sailing out of bounds deep probably. So we think right there on your front knee as a contact point is the best spot. So you got, as you're trying to figure this out for the first time, get your paddle back here and just time it so that when your swing starts, you drop the ball, make contact right in front of your front knee like this. Okay? You do that a bunch of times, you'll get really consistent with the swing of your serve. Like I said earlier, there are two basic rules when it comes to serving, rules that I've created at least. Rule number one, get it in. Rule number two, serve it deep. Let's talk about rule number one first. You cannot win any points if you don't get your serve in. Every point starts with a serve. This is your opportunity to win points. If you hit the ball out of bounds, hit it short, hit it into the net, you no longer have that opportunity to score a point. So in order to score points, you have to get your serve in. Number one thing. When Xavier was younger, like 12 years old, to teach him this, I would make him, while we're playing with people, you might think this is cool, 5 push-ups if you get your serve or your return out of bounds or in the net. Just to teach him, like, it is the most important thing. You have to get your serve in. Rule number two is get it deep. A lot of people think, oh, rule number two should be like your pace, how hard you hit it. And that's absolutely not the case. Getting it deep, the last 3 feet of the court, is much more important than serving hard. The reason for that is anytime you can get your opponents moving backwards, the ball bounces 3 feet in the back 3 feet of the court, and they're moving backwards or on their heels, they're probably gonna pop the ball up. It's not gonna be a good return. It'll probably be a shallow return, and it sets you up for success. The serve seems really insignificant. It's just a means to an end in a pickleball point a lot of times, and that's how people treat it. But if you can treat it with a little bit more respect, getting that ball deep, it really sets the point up so that you can be successful in that point. Once you've mastered rule one and rule two, getting the ball in and getting it deep, now we can talk about pace. So there's 3 things that's gonna be able to help you get more pace on the ball. First thing is your contact point. Second thing is your swing speed. And the third thing is incorporating your hips. So let me talk about all 3 of those. First of all is your contact point. Just think about it for a second. If your contact point is really low, you have to hit up on the ball. There's really no way that you can hit that hard and still get it in without hitting the net. So we want to make contact with the ball as high as we possibly can without it being an illegal serve. So that's going to be right at your waistline. So think about that when you're serving. Have the ball out and make sure that your contact point is as high as possible. That way when you serve, you're hitting with some pace and that ball is with gravity and some topspin gonna fall into the service box. Next is going to be your swing speed, right? You're gonna wanna get some speed on that, And you want to get a little bit of, I want to say wrist motion, but if you're just starting out, don't worry about your wrist. Let's just do your swing path, okay? So the harder you swing, the faster it's going to be naturally, and you just have to find a sweet spot for this. As you're practicing it, just start off by hitting the ball about 60%, and as you feel more comfortable with it, add 70, 80, and then you can kind of go for it. But the harder you hit the ball, probably the less accurate you're going to be. You're gonna hit more balls into the net. So make sure that there's a good balance of rule number one, getting it in when you're trying to put speed on it. The last thing to consider when it comes to pace is involving your hips. So in baseball, we used to talk about if you want more power, you have to have explosive hips when you're hitting the ball. Same thing applies in pickleball. Just think about it for a second. In baseball, if you're doing this and all you do is swing the ball, like you can only get so much power. In baseball, you're probably never gonna hit that out of the infield. Pickleball is kind of the same idea. You have to have explosive hips with your swing pace to be able to get a strong serve. And what that kind of looks like involving that is just that rotation there as you're serving. It's another element you have to think about when you're serving. And so if this screws you up, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about pace. But if you're ready and you've mastered the other rules of serving, then this is probably a good thing for you. This is kind of what it looks like. See how my hips kind of turned as I was serving? You're getting your whole body into the serve, and that's gonna add a little bit of pace to your serve. If you're somewhat new to pickleball or you've been kind of plateaued and you're struggling to get better, the chances are you're making some mistakes in your pickleball game over and over again, and that's what's stunting your growth. And so what we've done is we've created a free PDF guide that will tell you the 5 most common pickleball mistakes and how to repair them. So the next time that you're on the court, you can actually eliminate these mistakes, eliminate some of your unforced errors, win more points, and actually have more fun. So if you want access to that download, all you have to do is just click the link down in the description. That'll take you to a page where you can download the 5 most common pickleball mistakes and how to repair them overnight. Now that you've got your serve down, the next video for you to watch is right here. It's gonna be 5 of our favorite drills, so you can move on to having more consistency in your game. So if you wanna watch that video, just click it right here. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this pickleball video. So theoretically, I could serve from here.
Stand.
Or I
Sorry.
could serve from there.